Welcome to another top tier FundaesLiga season 2 match. On seat 1, we have Matthew. Seat 2, we have Issa. Seat 3, we have Vinoo. And seat 4, we have Kaustuv. So, sorry, I have a call. Zoom. Okay, so we'll begin. Matthew, set of 2 questions coming up. Here we go. Which chef is recognized for bringing French cuisine to the American public with the cookbook Mastering the Art of French Cooking? In 2002, this chef was the inspiration for a cooking blog by Julie Powell. The blog was the basis of a future best-selling book that would be turned into a movie.
Julia Childs.
Julia Childs is correct. That would fetch you the points. Next question. I want the full name. Which Major League Baseball team got its nickname when it was accused of poaching Lou Bierbauer after the 1890 season? As a result, the team is also known as the Buccos, or short for Buccaneers. The NFL team Steelers from this smoky city also began with the exact same nickname as the baseball team.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes, that is correct. We'll get you full 2 on 2 points. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to stop the recording again. Okay, we have 2 questions now for Issa. There we go. So first recorded in 1518, which common 2-word English phrase was followed by the words followed by the words one string to mean playing the same note repeatedly. It probably got cut down to its present form by Shakespeare in Hamlet. Today, this cut down form means to dwell on a subject tiresomely or in a monotonous way.
Harp on.
Yes, that is correct. Harp on, harp upon. Also acceptable. Next question. The 168 project is a Californian Christian film festival. It involves a random assignment of verses based on themes from the scriptures to contestants. The question is, under what restriction does the film need to be completed? Now, this is what it gives the festival its name. Ten seconds.
They can only use the Book of Genesis.
No. Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Kaustuv?
168 minutes, Christ on the cross.
Prompt? 3, 2, 1. I will give you a wrong, Matthew.
I'm going to pass.
Okay, so you are actually close to the answer, Kaustuv. This is 168 hours, so 7 days. They'll be needing to complete the
that was in a week. Crikey.
Festival. Yeah, so in a week. Yes. Okay. Sadly, I answered 168 days, so wasn't given. Okay. Vinoo, your set of 2 questions. On the electromagnetic spectrum, what name is given to waves with wavelength of 10 picometers to 10 nanometers, which is shorter than UV rays? Their name signifies an unknown type of radiation at the time of its discovery, a discovery that led to one of the inaugural Nobel Prizes in 1901.
Rays.
I'm sorry?
X-rays.
Yes, X-rays is correct. I'll get you the point. Second question. The earliest ship excavated from Europe's age of discovery was a ship that was part of Vasco da Gama's second armada to India, but sank off the coast of Oman on its way. Now, what was the ship's name? The name evokes not just a gemstone in its native language, but also a former Disney princess from the pages of a 19th century literary classic.
Esmeralda.
That is correct. You'll also get 2 on 2. Kaustuv, your turn now. What is the most populous city in the Philippines? It is located immediately northeast of Manila in central Luzon and is named after a former Philippine president. It was the country's capital from 1948 to 1976.
Quezon City.
Yes, Quezon City is correct. Your next question. A longish one. In American Gods by Neil Gaiman pits American manifestations of the old gods whose powers have waned as their believers have decreased in number to participate in a battle against the new American gods, manifestations of modern life and technology. The Zodiac sisters in American Gods represent morning, evening, and midnight star. In Slavic lore, they guard and watch over which doomsday hound. It is said to be the star Polaris in the constellation Ursa Minor, and if the chain ever breaks, the hound will devour the world.
Fenrir.
I'm sorry?
Fenrir.
No, not Fenrir. Matthew?
I'm going to pass.
Pass, Issa?
Pass.
Pass, Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Okay, so this is Semargl, Semargl. Semargl. Okay.
Hard.
Give me a second.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we move on to round 2 now. Round 2, Matthew, 2 questions. Now, China's largest video streaming platform is still expanding. As of Jan 2021, it ranked first among its rivals with a total of 176 million unique visitors in China, about 33 million more than Alibaba's Youku. Now, what is the name of this Netflix of China?
Oh, no. Weibo?
No, not Weibo. Issa?
Pass.
Pass, Vinoo?
Pass.
Kaustuv?
Pass.
Pass. Okay, this is Ichi-E. Ichi-E. That's the name.
Okay.
I have a feeling this would be the least answered in this case. So, this is the name.
Yeah, I didn't know that, no.
You have to click pass on Kaustuv, I think.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So Rohit Shetty has been the host for 5 seasons on which reality TV show? It was originally created by Endemol, and the US version was originally hosted by Joe Rogan, although musician Ludacris is the current host. So we need the local name.
Oh, crikey. Rohit Shetty. Actually, no. Big Brother?
No. Issa?
Pass.
Vinoo?
Khatron ke Khiladi.
Yes, Khatro Ke Khiladi, or the Indian version of the Fear Factor.
Okay.
Correct. Issa, your set of 2 questions. Who commanded HMS Endeavour on its 1768-71 voyage of discovery? While the ship was scuttled during the American War of Independence, you may see a replica alongside the Australian National Maritime Museum in Sydney Harbour.
Which I can almost see from here. I look to my left. I hope that's not cheating. No, we'll go James Cook, please.
Yes, James Cook is correct. Another match that I read, somebody messed up James and Thomas Cook. So.
Don't just
Unlucky.
book it. James Cook it.
All right, it's the second question. Which football team, once in the EPL but now relegated, play their home games at Ewood Park? It has qualified for the UEFA Champions League once and the UEFA Cup 6 times. Their all-time best EPL goal scorer is Alan Shearer.
Oh dear. I'm the worst Brit ever. Terrible at something. Blackburn Rovers.
Yes, that's correct. Blackburn Rovers
Very
indeed.
good.
Vinoo, in which TV show would with a superpowered trio of artificially created siblings would you spot Miss Sarah Bellum? Bellum is the personal secretary and brains behind the man of the mayor of Townsville. Depicted with strawberry red hair and dressed in a red suit, her face is almost never seen.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yes, Powerpuff Girls is indeed correct. Second question, which doubly eponymous scientific experiment was conducted to simulate the conditions thought to be present on early Earth and tested the chemical origin of life under those conditions? The experiment ended up generating amino acids which are essential to life. It was performed in 1952 at the University of Chicago.
Miller-Urey.
Yes, Miller-Urey is indeed correct. Or the primordial soup experiment. Okay, Kaustuv, 2 questions. Which chef lends his name to one of the most prestigious food-related awards in the USA? The award recognizes chefs, restaurateurs, authors, and food writers each year, scheduled around his May 5th birthday. Recipients receive a medallion etched with his image.
Beard.
Yes, James Beard is indeed correct. Okay. Founded in 1999 as Dash's Overlooked Film Festival, this event, held in Champaign, Illinois, is the only long-running film festival created by critics. All invited guests are given an award known as a Golden Thumb, which is a casting of the critic's thumb in the up position. Now, who created this festival?
Metacritic.
No. Matthew?
Ebert.
Yes, Roger Ebert indeed. This is indeed Roger Ebert. Okay, now round 3, we move, circle back to Matthew again. Which doubly eponymous partial differential equation describe the motion of viscous fluids? The people after whom these equations are named never actually work together. These equations are used extensively in video games to model natural phenomena like fire and smoke.
Navier-Stokes.
Navier-Stokes indeed, that's correct. Your next question, relegated to EPL teams. Which football team once in the EPL but now relegated has the former Disney CEO Michael Eisner as its chairman? Yakubu is their all-time highest EPL goal scorer. Unique Lead is the only club in the EPL which is not located on the mainland of Great Britain.
Unique, not in the EPL, in English football.
I'm sorry.
Only club in English football.
Yep. Only club in English professional football which is not located on the mainland of Great Britain.
Oh gosh.
Thanks, Trist.
I don't know. Jersey.
No, not Jersey. Issa?
Pass.
Pass. Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Kaustuv?
Pass.
Pass. Okay, so X, so it's Portsmouth. This is Portsmouth.
Oh, that kind of not on the mainland. All right, all right.
It is on
I see how that works.
Portsea
Yeah.
Island. Okay, Issa, a set of 2 questions to you. In which museum would you find Picasso's Guernica, among many other masterpieces? It is named after the Queen Consort at the time of its establishment, someone who happens to be the current Queen Mother.
Reina Sofia.
Reina Sofia, indeed. That's correct. Okay. Second question. Which Netflix show does Erica feature in where she is likely a friend of Mr. Peanut Butter? She has never been seen and might be seriously disfigured. Some say she could also be a felon or a sex offender, since the show says she can't vote in elections or visit Disneyland.
Wow, this sounds very entertaining.
Yes, indeed.
Stranger Things. Don't know.
Stranger Things, no, not that. Vinoo?
BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman, indeed.
Love
Oh,
that
all right. Well done.
Yeah. Vinoo, we come to you. Which Amorite was perhaps the best known king of the first Babylonian dynasty, reigning from 1792 BC onwards? He claimed to have received the text he's best known for from Shamash, the god of justice.
Hammurabi.
Hammurabi, indeed. Next question. The world's deadliest mid-air collision happened over the Indian village of Charkhi Dadri near Delhi, resulting in 349 deaths. One of the planes, Ilyushin IL-76, belonged to Kazakhstan Airlines, which Middle Eastern airline did the other aircraft belong?
Gulf Air.
Gulf Air, no. Issa?
Pass.
Pass. Kaustuv?
Saudi Arabian Airlines.
Yes, that is correct. This Saudi Air Saudi. First steel point to you. Kaustuv, we come to you. Having reached 86 degrees north as part of Fridtjof Nansen's Arctic expedition in 1893-96, whose landmark expedition around 15 years later was the ship Fram part of?
Robert Peary.
Not Peary. Issa?
Amundsen.
Yes, Amundsen it is.
Mhm.
Roald Amundsen. Fram is one of the few ships to be a part of both the Arctic and the Antarctic expedition. Kaustuv, your second question, we want the full name. Which Major League Baseball team is believed to have been chosen its name as a play on another team called the Boston Braves? Sometimes referred to as the Tribe, this team will change its controversial name following the 2021 season to the Guardians. So which team?
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves, no. Matthew?
Washington Redskins.
No, not Washington Redskins.
Wrong way.
Issa?
Cleveland Indians.
Yes, Cleveland
It's
Indians
like
is
it's
the
one of
correct
those
answer.
two. Yeah, one of those two. Yeah,
Is indeed Cleveland Indians.
nice.
Okay, Matthew, we come back to you again. Mr. Ibis in American Gods is a manifestation of which deity? This deity is credited by ancient Egyptians as the inventor of hieroglyphs and also as the scribe of the underworld. Appropriately, in the novel, Mr. Ibis writes short biographies of people who brought folkloric beings with them to America.
Thoth.
Yes, Thoth is indeed correct. T-H-O-T-H.
Yeah.
Well thought out. Okay. Your next question. This idiom originated from the early days of orchestra. There's a prominent violinist who plays the melody. Then there's a role which leads the group of violins that play a supportive role to the lead violinist. Now, what idiom is this? Which means to be a subordinate to someone.
To play second fiddle.
Play second fiddle. It's 2-on-2 for you. Issa, we come to you. On the electromagnetic spectrum, what name is given to waves with the longest wavelength? Earlier, they were known as Hertzian waves after Heinrich Hertz, but were given their current name after a milestone discovery by Marconi.
Radio waves.
Yes, radio waves indeed. So which city in Israel is named after a Zionist American businessman and philanthropist? In 1928, Oved Ben Ami and Itamar Ben Avi, two of the heads of the Benjamin Association, raised funds for the city with this help, and in return promised to name the new settlement after him. Ten seconds.
Jeez. Haifa.
No. Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Kaustuv?
Netanya.
Yes, that is indeed correct. This is indeed Netanya, named after
Nice.
Nathan Strauss.
Macy's.
Yes,
Well
co-founder
done.
of Macy's. Vinoo, we come to you. This American over-the-top video streaming service, owned and operated by certain Comcast subsidiaries, named in reference to the NBC logo. It launched on July 15, 2020, and primarily shows content from NBC Universal Studios. So which service is this?
Peacock.
Yes, Peacock indeed. Second question, created in 1966. This oldest film festival is still active in Africa, is named for which ancient city? It is named after a city not primarily well liked by the Roman politician Cato the Elder. The main prize awarded here is the golden tannet after a Phoenician goddess.
Carthage.
Carthage indeed. Kaustuv, your set of two questions. Music historians believe that this phrase is inaccurate because the class of instruments called the viol was not developed until the 11th century. And if anything, the kithara, a heavy wooden instrument with 4 to 7 strings, may have been used. Meanwhile, the historian Tacitus noted that singing might have happened instead. So what phrase is this? Ten seconds.
String quartet.
No, not string quartet. Matthew?
Fiddling while Rome burns, like Nero.
Yes, that's indeed correct. Nero fiddling while Rome
Great
is burning.
answer.
Okay, Kaustuv. Electromagnetic waves with the shortest wavelength are known by which Greek letter, named so by Lord Rutherford. It is based on a relatively strong penetration of matter as compared to 2 less penetrating types of decay radiation.
Gamma rays.
Yes, gamma rays indeed. So at the halfway mark, Vinoo leading with 9 points. Matthew and Issa tied on 7 points, and Kaustuv won 5 points. We circle back to Matthew. Which biblical entity from the book of Genesis is said to have been inspired by the Sumerian-built great ziggurat of Amar Sin in the city of Eridu? Other scholars say it is associated with Etemenaki, a ziggurat in Babylon dedicated to the Mesopotamian god Marduk. Which entity?
The Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel is correct. Second question, Inderjit Singh Rea was the only person convicted for bombing an aircraft bearing what name in 1985? This Boeing 747 was named after a king of the Kushan dynasty, and the incident was the deadliest act of terrorism in its category till September 11th.
Crikey, I don't know. Rama. No,
No, not that.
nothing.
Issa.
Gimli.
No. Vinoo?
Kanishka.
Kanishka is indeed correct. Emperor Kanishka. Okay, Issa, we come to you now. Which chef with an alliterative name is the host of the TV show 30-Minute Meals? Although not a qualified chef professionally, her quick and easy cooking style teaches many simple recipes that need very little prep time. She also launched a magazine called Every Day with Dash Dash. Once the blanks are filled, the first two words will rhyme with the last two. Ten seconds.
It's like
We'll need an
Like-
answer.
Jenny J or something.
No, not Jenny J. Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Kaustuv?
Pass.
Matthew?
No, I don't dare pass.
Okay. This is Rachel Ray. Every Day with
Oh,
Rachel
right.
Ray.
Rachel Ray.
Yes. Oh,
Every Day with Rachel Ray. Okay, Issa. Bollywood.
Not sure. The first two words rhyme with the last two.
Yeah, I was confused
Yeah,
by that. I
yeah.
found
So
like Harry
which
J.
movie?
Yeah,
Which
maybe
movie is
K
the
or something.
most successful production to date in the cop universe created by Rohit Shetty? Ranveer Singh plays police officer Sangram Bhalerao, and the film should not be confused with a Disney franchise character. It is a part remake of the Telugu film Shankha.
gonna have to hope that I pick the right Disney franchise character. Simba.
How wild was a guess that? That is indeed correct. This is indeed
Oh.
Simba.
Very nice.
This is indeed
Wow.
Simba.
I
Inspired.
apologize to my friends. I'm sorry.
Well answered. All right, Vinoo, we come to you. The Ark or Citadel of Karim Khan, the founder of the Zand dynasty, is a museum located in which city that served as its capital? The city is the capital of the Fars province and has been known as a cultural center since the 13th century, being the birthplace of poets like Hafez and Sadi. So which city?
Ispahan.
No. Kaustuv?
Pass.
Pass. Matthew?
Shiraz.
That is indeed correct. Shiraz is the
Nice.
answer. Okay. Vinoo, your second question. Full name needed. Which Major League Baseball team was called the Highlanders till 1920? The more popular name was already appearing in the press by 1904 and was a synonym for American. Moreover, the name was also in public consciousness at the time thanks to the popularity of a song by George M. Cohan. The team also has the unofficial name called Pinstripers.
New York Yankees.
Yes, New York Yankees is correct. Kaustuv, OTT question. The name of which streaming service comes from two Mandarin Chinese words meaning calabash/bottle gourd and interactive recording? According to the founding CEO Jason Keeler, the word had a great sort of symbolism of the holder of precious things, which is a holder of premium content. So which streaming service?
Pass.
Pass. No guesses. Issa?
Pass.
Pass. Vinoo?
Mubi.
No, not Mubi. Matthew?
I know this one, but I can't remember. Pass.
Okay. So not available in India though. This is Hulu.
Hulu. Oh, I knew it was something I knew. Right.
It's
But,
Hulu.
yeah.
Okay. Kaustuv, your Rohit Shetty question. What is the latest movie in the Rohit Shetty's cop universe? The release of this film with Akshay Kumar in the lead has been pushed back. many times due to the pandemic. The title sounds similar to a 1992 Salman Khan movie.
Suryavanshi.
Yes, Suryavanshi indeed. That's correct. Okay, come to round 6 now. John Fawcett originally played the role of Patriarch Blake Carrington in the 1980s show Dynasty. However, which famous unseen character, often referred to mononymously did he voice in a TV series between 1976 to 1981? He reprised the role in the 2000 and the 2003 film adaptations as well.
God. Charlie.
Charlie, yes, Alexander, this is Charlie from Charlie's Angels.
Nowhere for a while, and then I was like, oh.
Okay. This city, the capital of its namesake state, is a foremost industrial center in Latin America. It was given its name by Jesuit missionaries who founded it as a village on January 25th, 1554, on the anniversary of the conversion of this city's patron saint. So which city is this?
San Jose.
No, not San Jose. Issa?
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, indeed. This is Sao Paulo.
Latin America. I always get Latin and Central confused. I get so confused.
Issa, we come to you. One of the most important in ancient Mesopotamia, which city is famous for its great king Gilgamesh? It is considered the first true city in the world and is believed to have given rise to the modern name of a country.
Uruk.
Uruk is correct. Iraq being the modern country. Your science question, considering the most famous failed experiment in science, which doubly eponymous experiment started off by trying to determine the existence of luminiferous ether. However, it ended up proving that velocity of light in vacuum is absolutely constant. Though some dispute this outcome now.
I was dreading the science. Is Michelson-Morley or Mitchelson-Morley?
Yes, that's indeed correct. Michelson-Morley. Okay, Vinoo, 2 questions. A short one. The mysterious con man, Mr. Wednesday in American Gods, is a manifestation of which Norse god of war and death?
Odin.
Yes, Odin indeed. Okay. Relegated EPL teams. Which football team, once in the English Premier League but now relegated, is considered to be London's oldest extant professional football club? Clint Dempsey is their all-time EPL goal scorer.
Fulham.
50. Fulham is indeed correct. 2-on-2 for you. Kaustuv, 2 questions. In which TV show does Diane Evans serve as special agent Dale Cooper's secretary and confidant? While working on cases, Cooper routinely dictates cassette tapes for Diane, both to request special items and to record his findings. Unseen in the initial run, Evans was played by Laura Dern in the 2017 revival of this show.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks is correct. Around 2400 BC, Sumerian was slowly replaced by which now extinct Semitic language as the primary spoken language in Mesopotamia. Eventually, Sargon I conquered most of the Sumerian city-states and established the world's first empire, which shares its name with the language.
Akkadian language.
Akkadian language. It is 2-on-2 for you as well. Now we come to the penultimate round. Okay, Matthew. Inaugurated in December 2019, the largest museum in Southeast Asia is named after which monarch, who died in 2016 and was, at the time of his death, the second longest reigning monarch of all time in the world?
Wrong. Sihanouk.
Sihanouk? No, not Sihanouk. Kaustuv? 3,
Pass.
2, pass. Issa?
Rama the Ninth.
Rama the Ninth is indeed correct.
Know which number to guess.
Matthew, second question. On the electromagnetic spectrum, what misnomer represents waves with wavelength longer than infrared rays? They were named simply because their wavelength was shorter in comparison to another set of waves whose discovery preceded theirs. It may be said that their most well-known use is in the kitchen.
Microwaves.
Microwaves, indeed. Okay, Issa. Picking an appropriate name for the streaming capacity, a streaming company was a drawn-out process. From Reply and No Showing to Cinema Center, a number of names were considered for the platform. However, they decided to name it Kibble temporarily until they could think of something better. What is the current name of this company that was co-founded by Mark Randolph?
I think this is Netflix.
This is indeed Netflix.
That's it.
This is Netflix. Okay. Second question. MLB teams, which full name needed again? Which Major League Baseball team's name is a reference to the rattlesnake species Crotalus atrox? This snake is a common feature in the desert in and around the team's home state, which features in the team name. The name could also be a reference to a baseball field, which is sometimes called a dash.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Arizona Diamondbacks. It is. Vinoo, we come to you. Rohit Shetty. What is the first film in Rohit Shetty's Cop universe starring Ajay Devgan in the titular role? It is a remake of a Tamil film of the same name that starred Surya. The movie and its sequel have earned over 370 crore in revenue.
Singham.
Singham is it. Vinoo, your second question. The name of which European capital city is connected to the name of its patron goddess and originates from a legendary contest between the patron goddess and a famous sea god. The contest has been described by Herodotus, Apollodorus, Ovid, Plutarch, Pausanias, among others.
And why is it yawning?
Paris.
I'm sorry?
Paris.
No, not Paris. Kaustuv? 3 passes. Matthew?
Athens.
Yes, Athens indeed. This is indeed
Athena,
Athens.
right? Yeah.
Okay, Kaustuv, 2 questions too for you. So what doubly eponymous name is given to a state of matter when a group of atoms are cooled to very close to absolute zero? At this point, the atoms have no free energy and the group starts behaving like a single atom.
Pass.
Okay, no guesses there. Vinoo?
Bose-Einstein condensate.
Yes, this is Bose-Einstein condensate.
Very good.
Okay, second question, Kaustuv. Relegated teams. Which football team, once in the EPL but now relegated, takes part in the Tyne-Wear derby against Newcastle United? Kevin Phillips is an all-time EPL goal scorer.
Sunderland?
Yes, Sunderland indeed.
Oh,
Very
Okay,
nice.
we come to the last round now. Vinoo has a slight lead of 15 points. Issa close behind on 14 and Matthew on 12. Let's see what happens. Okay, Matthew, your question. In addition to the HMS Erebus, what was the other ship on Sir John Franklin's ill-fated expedition to traverse the Northwest Passage? The ship lends its name to a 2007 novel by Dan Simmons, which was a source material for a TV series of the same name on this expedition with Ridley Scott as an executive producer.
Terror.
Terror is indeed correct.
Great name for a ship.
Would recommend the TV show. Anyone wants to watch it?
Yeah.
All right. In which city's film festival is the most awaited event and open air screening on its most famous landmark? F.W. Murnau's Sunrise and Fritz Lang's Metropolis has been shown on this landmark. However, the most appropriate film to be shown here is a 1925 silent classic. Separately, it is also the name of a people's film collective from South India.
No. Oh, if you want to know, telling the truth? Yes. You telling the truth? No. What did who wrote the book? Only.
Odessa.
Yeah, indeed. Odessa, indeed. Most famous
And the
film.
Battleship
being the
Potemkin.
Battleship Potemkin. Yes.
Yeah.
Issa, your set of 2 questions. Hinzelman in American Gods protects Lakeside, Wisconsin from economic trouble in return for the town's children as sacrifices. He is what kind of a household spirit from Germanic myth? The spirit lends its name to a chemical element as medieval miners blamed it for the poisonous nature of the arsenical ores of this metal.
Okay. Goblin.
No, not that. Kaustuv?
Pass.
Pass. Vinoo?
Pass.
Pass. Matthew?
Kobold.
Cobalt is indeed correct from etymology of cobalt.
Which means goblin, I think, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yes,
think
yes,
of the
it does.
word.
Goblin.
They're
Yeah.
different in D&D. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well done.
Issa, the second question, the deadliest non-terrorist aviation disaster in history happened when 2 Boeing 747 passenger jets, KLM Flight 4805 and Pan Am Flight 1736, collided on the runway at Los Rodeos Airport on which Spanish island? This catastrophic disaster resulted in 583 casualties.
Tenerife.
Tenerife is indeed. Okay, all 3 tied on 15 now.
Stop the quiz. Stop everything.
This is good. We like this.
Edit here.
Okay, Vinoo, here's a chance to break the ties. Matthew 6:2 in the King James Bible advises one not to boast about one's charitable deeds. It says, when thou doest thine alms, do not dash before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. This is an early form of what common phrase that has been blanked.
Blow one's horn.
Nope. Kaustuv?
Oh,
3
pass.
passes. Issa?
Pass. Can't get it.
Matthew?
No, pass. Blow one's horn is brilliant. I like that.
Okay, yeah. So I mean that was but I wanted blow one trumpet. So that's
Oh,
the word that would
trumpet.
fit there. That's the word that
Oh,
would fit there.
no.
Trumpet. I couldn't give points for tooting horn, blowing horn. No points for that.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's still a tie. Let's see. This question, which chef is perhaps better known for his iconic highlighted hair, Oakley sunglasses, and bowling shirts more than his cooking? Beyond cooking shows, he has also hosted the game show, Minute to Win It.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri is indeed correct. That breaks a tie there. You're leading. Okay,
Nice.
last 2 questions of the quiz to Kaustuv. What was the original name of the Bhaudaji Lad Museum in Mumbai? Although now renamed after the scholar or antiquarian who contributed heavily to the museum's collection, the museum was originally named for a prominent couple from the 19th century. Incidentally, this couple also lent their names to another similar establishment in another country.
Victoria and Albert.
Yes, that is correct. Victoria and Albert. Last question of the quiz. A 1983 Korean air flight from New York to Seoul was destroyed in flight by missiles fired from an interceptor aircraft, killing all 269 people on board after it entered another country's prohibited airspace. This was true as the pilots made a navigational mistake that resulted in the plane entering a no-go zone. Which country shot the plane down? This incident prompted the US to make GPS systems public.
USSR.
Yeah, I would accept this answer. This is indeed Soviet Union or the USSR.
No,
All right. So with that, Vinoo wins the quiz on 16 points. Matthew and Issa tied on 15 and also shares the second spot. Kaustuv comes fourth with 11 points.
Okay.
Cleveland
Okay.
Indians.
Sorry, I never imagined there would be a Rohit Shetty quad.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Yeah, that's like an Adam Sandler quad or something.
And
All right,
I'm going to
I'll-
go watch Simba. I'm going to watch
Yeah, yeah.
Simba.
Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? Yeah.
Nice. I'll just stop recording.